Hey everyone, Eric here, and in this video I'm going to take this Strat and turn it into this. This is my Gunstreet wiring shop build. The Gunstreet Wiring Shop Build series is all about taking a seemingly ordinary guitar and making it something unique. So this is a really affordable Strat style guitar. I'm just gonna say it's a cheap guitar. And it has all the downfalls and the problems of being a cheap guitar. So the action is really high despite the saddles being screwed all the way down to the body, and that makes it really difficult to play. The edge of the frets are really sharp, especially up here, which makes it even more difficult to play. There's a sitar-like buzz on the open E string because of a poorly cut nut slot. And the electronics technically work, but the volume knob rolls one way and the tone knob rolls the other way, and this tone knob doesn't do anything. The frets also have some buildup on them, which makes bending strings a little uncomfortable and not easy to do. So I'm gonna take some steel wool to the frets to clean them up, then make it a smooth, flat surface so I can easily bend the new strings. This guitar, it needs a lot of work, but I see a really good base for creating something unique. Personally, I don't gravitate towards Strats with the typical single coil layout, the 3 single coils. I like Strats with something unique. So growing up, I was a really big pop punk fan, and my favorite bands were Green Day and Blink-182. And both of those bands, Billy and Green Day, played a Strat with a humbucker in the bridge that was angled. That was unique. And then Tom, formerly of Blink-182, played a Strat, but it only had a bridge humbucker. So with this build, I want to take this Strat and I actually want to turn it into a super versatile telly layout. So there are 3 main points that I'll want to focus on to make sure the guitar stays in tune and plays its best. And that's where the string makes constant contact with something. So down at the bridge, the nut, and the tuning pegs. And the tuning pegs, while they are cheap, they seem to be working pretty well right now. So I'm just going to keep those as is. And if they fail later, I'll replace them then. As I mentioned, the nut is giving me some odd sitar-like overtones. What I'm going to do is I'm just going to widen out this high E string and just sort of give it a polish to the channel so it doesn't give me that overtone. The bridge on this guitar leaves quite a bit to be desired. It's made of low-cost, soft materials, which gives me less sustain and just a less comfortable playing experience. So I'm gonna replace this entire bridge assembly, and I'm actually gonna put gold saddles because it looked more like a traditional telly and I thought it was a cool touch. So one more point about the bridge is that I don't plan on using the vibrato arm. I want it to be a stop tailpiece essentially. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take these springs, I'm gonna tighten them all the way on the new bridge. Okay, so we've ironed out the tuning stability and playability. Now comes the fun part. Gunstreet and I reached out to our friends Jared from Brandon Wound Pickups and Tony from the Pick Guardian for help, and they graciously offered their services to sponsor this build. For pickups, we ended up going with a split coil telly bridge pickup that gives us all that telly twang, but it's totally silent. And for the neck pickup, we ended up going with a wide range humbucker and a standard humbucker housing. Tony from the Pick Guardian was able to make a beautiful perloid pickguard that sat the pickups in place. And we actually had to move the bridge pickup just a tiny bit away from the bridge to make it fit. Sean from Gunstreet wired up a super versatile 5-way switching harness that can pretty much give me any sound I'll ever want. So now all I have to do is assemble everything and string it up with my Stringjoy strings, and then we can hear how it sounds. send a huge thank you to all the great companies that made this project happen, especially Gunstreet Wiring Shop, who came up with the Shop Build Series idea. The Pick Guardian, Brand New Mom Pickups, and Stringjoy. If you want to learn any more about these companies, check the description below for links. And if you like this video, please subscribe. Thank you so much for watching.